My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we are asking, what has your person realized about you and the connection? In the extended reading, we're going to ask, what have they realized about the karmic or third party connection? Okay, and we're also going to ask there what's going to be their next actions towards you within a month of you watching this reading. So let us get into this. So I'm here in my apartment until tomorrow, and then I go back home, well, by my mom for the moment, um, because of the U.S. Venezuela tensions, and I don't know what's going to happen. And my family's in Tobago, so I'm going to be there for as long as there's uncertainty with whatever is going on. You know, we don't have control over that, unfortunately. All right, so the energy generally, we have the messenger. Okay, so it feels like they might be speaking truth to a lot of situations in their life. But more than that, what I'm getting is that I think they're very connected to their higher self. They're connected to spirit, their spirit guides. And the truth or epiphanies that they are downloading now, it's unlocking or freeing them, not just from situations, but from the ideologies that created those situations in the first place, right? And it feels like your person was locked in to a lot of different little contracts, whether it's contracts at work, whether it's romantic contracts, whether it's familial contracts, whatever it is. And these contracts were informed or based on your person's programming. But now that they're breaking free up from from this programming, all their relationships are shifting and changing. And I suspect it's also going to be the same for their relationship with you. So let's see what's going on here. Their energy generally. We have broken and hatched. Yeah, they're breaking out. And it's the truth that's setting them free. And I think that is what came through in the last reading, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a continuation of that message. That truth came in because blue is throat chakra. It's about authenticity. It's about truth. That truth came in and cracked your person from whatever little box that they had themselves in. And now they're cracked open to this whole new world of possibility because they were limited because they were limiting themselves through their self-limiting beliefs and ideologies. But now that, you know, they're gaining this more expansive view of things, it's literally a whole new world for your person. And they have gone back to beginner's mind. They have to rediscover um, the world through these fresh set of eyes, right? These fresh, they're a different person, right? So now they're not looking at the world the same way, and they're not going to download the same things about the world. So this is them like a little baby, a little hatchling. They have to relearn everything. They have to relearn their truths now. So they have different truths now. Well, let's see what's going on with you. We have insecurity. So spirit cracked open that protective shell that was your person's ego and exposed your person's soft underbelly, right? Their insecurities. And now when they think about you, and they think about this connection, um, they're really not sure what to do. They're all demons that they had suppressed with the bravado of the ego. It's now coming back to haunt them, all their little insecurities, all their little fears. And it feels like it might be causing some sort of a heart awakening at this time. The energy towards you. We have isolation. So they are feeling, I mean, they could be isolating themselves, sure. But they are feeling very much left out and alone. They feel like you left them at the altar or something like that, right? And they're grieving. They're grieving. They see the truth of everything now. Okay. Um, and they regret not showing up for this connection. So they can understand why you may have let them go. I mean, it doesn't ease the hurt, really, but there's a lot of regret and grief that's here. Let me pull some cards and clarify, but I thinking that's what it is. That's what I'm getting. This is the Next Will Tarot. Maybe I shouldn't have used this deck because some of these scenes have, to me, appropriate nudity, but YouTube. Okay, YouTube. Just hold them away from the camera. And we have here the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, right? So they're not too confident now. Now that this ego has been cracked open, and they're seeing that they've always been this really insecure person, and they try to cover it up. They try to be brave, they try to be strong, try to put on that front, but that front is no longer there to protect them. All right, let's see, broken and hatched. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So no longer willing. Oh, that's the coconut guy. Okay, we hear you, sir. Maybe no longer willing to be the loudest voice in the room, but no longer willing to invest in situations that resonated with their old self. They're a new being, and they're discovering what that means. Okay, we see them there. Their past persona is Queen of Wands in reverse, and Queen of Wands in reverse, she's forceful. She can even be abusive. So now they have to build themselves, from the ground up. The Eight of Pentacles is about putting in work on yourself. Build themselves from the ground up. When it comes to you, they feel like you've left them behind. Okay, Eight of Cups in reverse. They're not able to move on from this connection, but they feel like you have moved on, and they feel that it's only appropriate that you do so because you've been through a lot in this connection, and clearly they won't do you justice. Okay, so they see that you've rebelled, you've moved on, you've let them go, and they don't hold that against you. What have they realized about you and the connection? What have they realized? We have Eight of Wands in reverse. That talks about stagnancy. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. We have the Ten of Swords in reverse, oh my, and the Queen of Pentacles. All right. So what have they realized about you and the connection? Well, they finally realize that, you are the one, right? Because the Queen of Pentacles, she's the one. She is the wifey card, okay? And this is what they see now, that you have always been the one that stands out from the crowd, okay? And they realize that they love you and they love everything about you. They love how you're quirky and you're stable. They love how you're creative. Maybe that would have been a bit much for them before because they were pretending to be somebody else. But now they see or they realize how much they hurt you by, living behind this mask and just instead of showing what they really thought about you, they were just living their life for other people's approval. And it feels like there's something about you that society may not approve of, whether it's your identity, your beliefs. There's something here that their circle or society does not approve of, and they didn't want to get lumped in with you. Approval was very important to this person. They also see as well that this connection never really got off the ground, or it didn't progress as it should, because look at right here, they were stifling their truth. You can only move forward when you're moving in truth, right? But they were stifling their truth, and they weren't giving enough energy and attention to this connection. They were spreading their energy around. They also realized that they weren't following their heart either. They were more concerned with what other people thought. So I think what they're realizing is the part that they played in this connection being stymied or railroaded. They weren't brave enough to love you out loud. They weren't brave enough to go against their family, their programming, society, to love you out loud. They were stuck in the emotional closet because they felt safe there. What have they realized about themselves through this connection? And I think we already got some of that, right? What have they realized? That they're a very insecure person. They have a lot of insecurities. That's what they're seeing now, right? And they try to hide these insecurities by putting on, this character. This character, it was never real. It was always a show, always a sham. But now that they've been cracked open and they don't have the protection of that mask anymore, all their insecurities are coming to the fore. What have they realized about themselves? We have the throne of knowledge, king of swords. Now they're seeing who they truly are. And you see that moon in the back here, and that's been a consistent message. You see that last moon and the 1111 portal, it shifted a lot of people, right? It shifted a lot of people, right? And now they see the truth about who they are. They are just as quirky as you, right? What have they realized? They realize that you guys are a match. They have their own sense of creativity. And they're okay with that now. In fact, they're proud of who they are. It may not be as flashy as who they used to be, but they're proud of who they are. What have they realized about themselves? That they were a fool. We have the fool. Yeah, they were a fool. And what did they get for pretending to be something else and someone else? Nothing. Where did they go? Nowhere. Because you only move forward when you're aligning with truth. When you're aligning with the truth of who you really are, that's the only way you move forward. And they weren't doing that. What else have they realized about themselves? Five of Pentacles. That, they're a loner. And they allow, why am I saying they allow? They enjoy their alone time. So if your person used to be the life of the party and kind of loud and kind of out there, they're realizing that authentically that's not them. They're a loner. They enjoy this time alone. They're okay with being alone. And maybe that character they created was afraid of being alone, but they realize they're okay with being alone. They'll be all right. For some of them, they might be living on their own for the first time. Maybe they've always been coupled or they've always been living with family, right? So they might be living alone for the first time. They're enjoying it. When your person thinks about you and they think about this connection, where is their mind at? We have the Four of Pentacles. Well, they're letting you go. Okay? They're letting you go. And it feels like just right now, they might be spending a lot of time alone, but they're coming up with some sort of strategy in order to get you back into their life. Again, the creativity comes out. They enjoy your uniqueness. They enjoy your bravery. Um, they see you as a creative, an artist. Um, and they love that. In a world where everybody just tries to be kind of cookie cutter, you stand out. When they think about you and this connection, okay, they're thinking about, how do they put this back together again? Because they perceive this relationship as a kind of Humpty Dumpty situation where, it's fallen off the wall and it's crashed down to earth. Remember, we saw that egg. How do they put this back together again? And it says, defend the sacred. How can they defend you from family members, friends who may judge you? How can they protect your precious heart? How can they protect your precious spirit from these people who are very judgmental? So there are a lot of people in their life that might be very conservative or traditional, or maybe just different. Maybe you're the conservative one, but you don't align with, you know, the usual in their circle. So they're trying to figure out how do they protect you from these people if you guys were to get together. When I think about you and the connection, we have Seven of Swords in reverse, right? They don't ever want to lie to you. They want to be as trustworthy to you as you are trustworthy to them. They also think about telling you the truth about everything, because we did see that there's a lot of truth being spoken in their circle, right? So it looks like one of those persons who's going to receive the truth is going to be you. We have King of Cups in reverse. When they think about you and they think about this connection, um, they see how they kind of held their love inside and never told you just how much they loved you. And they also think about that if they don't figure out a way to come towards you in a very strong and serious way, that they're going to lose you forever. That's what they're thinking about. If they don't get a move on, that they're going to lose you forever. Right. What is their heart space energy for you? So this is them. It's a mental. What are they feeling for you emotionally? We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have Justice. And we have the Six of Swords in reverse. Well, they feel a lot of things. And one of the things that they feel is regret. Regret that they didn't put the effort and energy into this connection. The same effort that they want to put in now, they regret that they didn't put that in from the get-go. Okay? And what else do they feel? They regret hurting you. They regret not treating you as an equal, and for some of you guys, not even treating you as a human being or even with scant courtesy, not even giving you the bare minimum. So they regret that. And now they want to be fair to you. For some of them, they want to apologize. And I heard like defend your honor. So maybe they may have even allowed people to like run their mouth about you, gossip about you, spread rumors about you. Now they're here defending you and defending your freedom to be. So there's a big shift in your person. They are defending you against your detractors. They want to put the effort in this relationship, build this thing from the ground up. They want to have your back. They want to be your partner. Because they feel like together there's this dynasty of love and even in business that they want to create with you. So they're here ready to fight. Fight for your love. What's the most important message that they want you to know right now? What's the most important message that they want you to know now, right now? We have balance. One person is giving too much in this relationship. Yeah, they realize that they were out of balance. The relationship was out of balance. You were there, carrying this relationship on your back, but now they want to help you. They want to share the load. They want to be an equal partner. What's the most important message that they want you to know? They want you to know that they're longing for you, right? It says here, someone is secretly yearning for you. We saw that, okay? They're longing to be with you. They're longing to be in your energy. They're longing to build with you. Um, they are pining for you, but they're being patient because they know that timing is everything. It says everything will unfold in divine timing. So they're practicing patience at this time, maybe coming up with a plan. And they want to be as stable as possible when they approach you because they view you as a stable person and they don't want to bring drama and instability into your life. And it says this relationship can stand the test of time. So they also recognize that this is a sure bet. This relationship is a sure thing. It's a good investment. And they want you to feel the same way about them. What else do they want you to know? They believe that you are their twin flame or their soulmate. They see you as their divine counterpart, and they want you to know that they are willing to say that, to admit that, to attest to that, where they may have been running from that label before, right? So big shifts happening for your person at this time. So in the extent, we're going to look at what's going on in the karmic connection. But if you're not able to join me there either on Patreon or with the single link, let's see what Spirit's advice for you at this time. We have self-worth, right? So all this is happening because your person has found the truth of who they are and they're proud of who they are. Spirit is saying there's some work that you may need to do with regard to this, or this may have been why you were willing to accept less than you deserved from this person in the first place. What Spirit's advice to you? We have good timing. So Spirit's saying both of you guys are at this crossroads, right? It's not all up to them. It's up to you too, right? And you can choose any path that you wish. Let's see what Spirit says about this. It says good timing. Good timing for what? Good timing. Good timing means that we are going with the flow of life and that everything happens in the best possible way. We meet the people we are meant to meet and we come together with others in such a way that it makes us happy and provides opportunities. It says following our instincts and inspiration, we make appropriate responses. So that's the first thing where we have to tap into our intuition, right? And follow that joy vibration. We make appropriate responses, and as a result, everything unfolds as it is meant to. Good timing is an act of responsiveness to life, to ourselves, and to others in such a way that we are in the center of things and feel all that is unfolding. By stepping up to a new level of attentiveness and contact with life, we feel the very pulse of the situation and respond at the cutting edge of interaction. Good timing makes us lucky, but it is the sort of luck that comes with awareness, with being in tune with ourselves and with everything that is going on around us. By being in touch with yourself, you not only feel in touch with others, which is exactly what's happened with your person, by the way, right? They're in touch with themselves. You're not only in touch with others, but with the way in which the situation is unfolding. This allows you to sense the flow of life and to experience it as it develops. You are at the top of your game and you feel like your best self so that you will bring the utmost success and enjoyment to yourself and others. This is a time when you feel so connected in relation to life itself that you are the game master, the magus. You have the rhythm and you are in total sync with events. It's time to enjoy yourself with others in the creative play of life. So Spirit is saying right now, you may have a heightened sense of awareness and a heightened sense of feeling connected with all there is and others. I certainly felt that after the meditation on the 1111 portal. And Spirit saying, being in touch with yourself is the first step to happiness, right? Because being in touch with yourself means you're in touch with the flow of life and you can make good decisions from there. If you're there just looking on the outside of yourself and trying to figure out what other people want, you're always going to make the wrong decision because you're not thinking about your happiness. You're thinking about other people, pleasing other people. But once you're in touch with yourself and what you want out of life, then it can never go wrong. You're always going to make the most appropriate response. Okay? My love, so that was your reading. I hope that was helpful.